Welcome to the Business Shop Podcast, where our guests speak on meeting the challenges of entrepreneurship, as well as offer tips and advice on business, marketing, technology, and more. Whether you are a newbie or a seasoned professional, this episode is for you. I am your host, Audrey Wiggins. Let's chop it up. Hello, Chop Squad. It's great to be with you again, and I'm excited about our guest today. His name is Alex Thoric, and he is the founder of a marketing agency and co-founder of Building Income on Demand. He helps people get more leads and clients and create profitable businesses. Now, Alex is a digital marketer that had a great experience working with various industries such as spas, gyms, coaches, consultants, real estate, and restaurants. I know some of you out there have those types of businesses. So we're going to hear more and learn more about Alex on the other side of this message. Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. It's the Tech Diva. If you're like me, it's been a long year. Are you ready to elevate your business and see real success? Meet me and my colleagues for a Power Pack's 3 days at Elevating the You and Entrepreneur Virtual Business Summit. Jumpstart Your Success 2025, January 23rd through January 25th. Sponsorships available. Get details at bit.ly/jumpstartyoursuccess2025. bit.ly/jumpstartyoursuccess2025. And let's win together. We're back with Alex. Alex, welcome to the Business Shop.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, Audrey.
And before we get into our questions, there's a couple of fun facts that Alex shared with us. And he's actually a big sports fan. And he's the holder of a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, practicing it for over 15 years. And you even had your own school, Alex?
Yeah. Prior to COVID, we ran it for 2 years. It was part of a university. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, welcome again. And I'm excited to get into some of your other expertise here as a digital marketer.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Okay. So right off the riff, share your journey leading up to starting your business.
I started going to college, and it was my third semester. I was also part of this network marketing company. And I'm sure you know how network marketing companies work. You could either sell the product or the service, and also you can build your team. And that's what I was trying to do. I wanted to build my own team. Got into a couple of people in my team, but then I was kind of tired of running after people. Wanted to find a way on how I could bring people to me to see the business opportunity with that company. So I started digging online and I found out about these funnels. So I was like, what's a funnel? So I kind of went into this rabbit hole in a way, because within the funnel, there's the content side, there's email marketing, ads, there are lots of different things. So I started buying courses on different subjects from people that either run a full-on company or people that pretty much teach that and use that in their business. And at the same time, when I was going to college, it was our third semester, we had marketing 101. So I've learned all this things about digital marketing. And we had a case study where we were supposed to promote a company to millennials. And then I was thinking, sweet. So I took all the knowledge that I got from the online courses. And when I say online courses, like those were the people like Bill Jean, Ryan Dice from Digital Marketers. So people that are really well known in the industry. So it wasn't like
something you just found.
Yeah, someone from YouTube. Yeah. So those were like, well-known names.
Legit, yes.
Yeah. And I just started put together a plan based on what I've learned, because I knew back then, because the company that I worked with, we were selling telecommunication services, which was home phone, internet, cell phone, TV, like all those things. And I knew that the competition, let's say, for example, we would take Verizon or AT&T, they would easily pay $10,000 a month for a billboard on the street. And in my head back then, I was thinking, if you can put $10,000 into Facebook ads, you're going to blow up your business. So that was my idea.
Yeah.
I started putting it all together, created the case study. I got 60 or 65%. I was like, what's wrong with my plan? So I passed, but it was kind of barely passed. I came up to the teacher and asked her, what's wrong with it? She said, well, you didn't really mention anything about traditional media. meaning TV ads, billboards, newspapers,
Oh,
radio
okay.
ads. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but everyone is on, because even when I would go to college, I would take subway. And even though there are ads all over the place, people are still on their phones. And that was 7 years ago. And yeah, so we had a quick chat. And at that time, I decided to basically stop. So I quit college. And a friend of mine and I, we decided to start an agency because I've implemented all of those things. I started getting people raising their hands. They would come into the funnel for the network marketing company, and I saw that it's working, and we realized that local businesses also need help with online marketing because it's a lot of things, and yeah, that's kind of where it started.
Okay. So what was the biggest obstacle you faced when you did start out, and how did you overcome it?
The biggest obstacle was, I would say, sales and knowing who we want to work with too.
Mm.
Because you know how it is. If you talk to everyone, you talk to no one.
Yeah, I've
And
been there for a lot of years.
yeah, I think we all have. Yeah, so knowing who we really want to work with, what type of services, because we've tried everything. We were doing websites, we were doing social media content creation, social media management. Then we went into building funnels and ads. So that's what we kind of started to like more. So the client acquisition parts, lead generation, and converting people into becoming clients. That's the part that we like the most, and that's why my business partner and I, we decided to start a marketing consultancy where now we take business owners by the hand and we take all the systems that we've built for our clients in the past and we help them implement all of those. We teach them how they can run them so they can do it on their own.
I'm going to be selfish for a moment here. When you guys made that decision to stop doing, the web design and different things, and what was that pivot? How did you actually do that, and what did that feel like to
Um,
leaving that behind, and or so to speak?
yeah, that was a bit of I would say the biggest, the hardest part was to focus on the new business because we do have like we still have a couple of clients that we've worked with. Like I have a client that I worked with for like 4 years. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily say, well, okay, we don't work with you anymore. But with, let's say, all the new ones, even though they knew that we were providing marketing services, and let's say now we do the consultancy, they want us to do marketing for them, but that's not our goal. And that's not something that we want to do. But in the beginning, we would still say, okay, fine, we can help you. Yes. So I would say it's making the commitment to focus on this one specific thing. Because you know from the saying from Tony Robbins, where focus goes, the energy flows.
Yeah.
And and in my case, I even I created this wallpaper for my phone. So my background says every single time when I unlock it, it says focus. So
Oh,
it's kind of a
okay.
reminder. Yeah, it's just black and white. Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, so it's more of a reminder for me to stay the course.
Yeah, because there's a lot of distractions out there,
Oh yeah,
even
yeah,
if,
like
even if they're our own. You're right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but making that decision to to pivot out of offering certain types of services, and just to focus on those the ones you want to do, that's a challenge, and that was good. So I was excited to share that. So what are some of the current trends then in the industry that excite you the most, and how are you adapting to them?
Well, the biggest one is AI. Everyone is talking about it, and it's well, there are so many different apps that are coming out every single day. It feels like I don't know if you experienced or if you were part of the crypto boom back in 2021, 2020-ish. When remember about have you heard of NFTs? I'm sure you
Yeah,
have.
yeah, I didn't get
Okay.
involved, but definitely,
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like in case with NFTs, like 99% of those projects, or maybe even like 99.9%, they're gone.
Mm.
They don't exist, or you can't necessarily do anything. Like I have a couple of different tokens. You can't do anything with that. So that's what it feels like with AI these days. Or it's more like when people started online businesses or the dot-com bubble.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it feels like these days. Yeah. So it's only I guess we're gonna have only a couple of apps that will survive because each and every company, they all try to add an additional AI element to it,
Yes.
which is based on OpenAI. the company that created ChatGPT. So there are lots of different apps. Like in our case, we use AI. We use a couple of them. So like the main one would be ChatGPT, definitely. Opus.pro. So that's for video editing to create short clips. That's something that we use. Another one would be Claude. I like to use it for marketing purposes. Like people like to, I notice that like marketers like to, well, not necessarily say bad things about ChatGPT, that it's not as customized for the marketing purposes. Let's say to write a copy for ads or emails. Honestly, I'm using it all day, every day. It's just the way I see it is it depends how you train it. So if you
Yes.
train it properly and you explain who you are, what you want, and maybe you have different also examples of people that you like their style. Like I'll give you an example. Have you heard of Frank Kern?
Hearn? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So like he is, I believe he's one of the best marketers out there. And I love his style. And his style comes from Dan Kennedy, and then of course we have David Ogilvy, the OG of direct response marketing. So I like their styles. What I did in the beginning is I would train ChatGPT on their content, and I would also add my own. And now it knows, so I have different chats with it. So let's say I have a separate chat for email marketing. I have a separate chat for campaigns. I have a separate chat for content for social media. So let's say whether it's LinkedIn, creating written content for LinkedIn, or writing a short script for a reel. And by doing that, ChatGPT pretty much knows my style and knows their style. And then I would take that, let's say, whatever it gives me, I would change certain things, of course, and then you pretty much make it your own. Another thing that you could do in terms of the content, because again, content is everything these days. That's what brings you attention, and attention is the new currency. You can go to YouTube, take, let's say, the biggest creators in your space or in the space that you want to. You can go to their videos, click right under the video there's an option to click on script. And then on the right hand side in the desktop version, your YouTube is going to give you the entire script of the video. You can copy that script, put it into ChatGPT, and tell it to prepare a video script or an article, so whatever you want it to create for you, based on the content that you share with ChatGPT. But you should also mention to maybe change certain things, or basically to model it, because you don't
Right.
necessarily want to copy it word by word,
No
but take
plagiarism,
that.
people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that way, like, so you can ask it to model that, add certain things, and maybe even add your own story that's related to the topic. Because now it becomes your own piece of content because you have your own story within it. You have your own perspective, but maybe you just liked certain point that the person covered. So
Hmm.
now you have your own piece of content that you can create and publish.
So, in today's digital age, what role has social media played in your marketing strategies?
Mhm. It's everything, honestly. It's pretty much everything. Like, and
Open the
there's
door, open the refrigerator, whatever, social media.
yeah. Yeah, because it's again, they spend their time on social media. It depends which platform, of course. Depends on where your audience is, and that's the platform that you would use. But even with like this earlier this year, we decided to start hosting networking events, and we said we're going to host a networking event. So it's going to be one event per quarter. So 4 events in a year. We'll start with that. We were able to achieve that. So we're super happy. But even with that, I mean, we use social media in order to promote that. So we would have,
Are these events in person, Alex?
yeah, in person, yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
in-person events, yeah. We just finished our last one 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome. So, what mindset shifts have you experienced as you've grown in your business?
a lot. A lot of limiting beliefs too. That's usually what's holding people back. And I'm
Yeah.
still working on
Yeah.
those. That's like I
Hmm.
think it's a never-ending game.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah.
always working on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like being a lifelong learner as well. So yeah, I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep, absolutely.
100%. Like
Hmm. So
like
what
I
did, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, finish that.
Yeah, no, I just wanted, yeah, to mention, like, I'm going currently through a coaching program myself because
Mm,
I know that there's always that next level, and I can read all those books. Yes, I can listen to podcasts, which is
mhm.
amazing. I always do. Like, I go for a walk with a dog, or I'm doing some chores. I put on my headphones and I just listen because all that information will be in your subconscious at least. Of course, you're not going to remember everything, but it will
Right.
be in there. Yeah. And at some point, let's say you're doing something else and then it clicks because you already have that information in your head, but then something happens and you kind of start connecting different dots. Personal development uh, is the huge mind shift, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I know I did the same thing this year. Got into a couple of coaching programs, and I'm currently in one as well. And you learn a lot. You relearn things that that you learned years ago, and then you have that community and the accountability. I think it's important.
I think that that's one of the most important things because
Hmm.
the information today is abundant. You can literally go to YouTube, you can watch any video you want to on any topic, but there's too much information, and sometimes in your head you're thinking, well, at least that's for me, well, what should I implement? Who should I listen to specifically? Because one person says that this strategy works, the other person says this strategy works because it worked for them, but would it work for me? So now how do I know? And that's where mentorship or coaching comes in with the person that kind of been there, done that,
Hmm.
and can take you by the hand and show you each and every step because you're going to have a lot of questions.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So as we come near to the end, what advice would you give to someone just starting out on their own entrepreneurial journey?
I would say, first of all, know what type of a service or product that you want to sell and figure out your audience. And in the beginning, niche down. Some people say don't niche down. Some people say niche down. I believe in niching down because there is a saying for a reason. The riches are in the niches.
Yes.
And which makes sense because again, like as we mentioned in the beginning, if you
Mhm.
talk to everyone, you talk to no one, and
Mhm.
that's real 100%. And I'll tell you, like I can give you an example why. So like when we started our the marketing consultancy, we could literally the different industries that you mentioned in the beginning when you were doing the introduction, we could literally help any service-based business grow their lists, get those leads, and convert them into clients. So that's what we started doing. So we would call out in our ads, in our messaging, in our marketing, it would be say local business owners, local service business owners. So that way we would kind of niche it down into being local, but still at the same time there are thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions actually of local service businesses.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we decided to specifically focus on agents in the insurance and real estate space because within both industries, again, there are millions of people
Mm-hmm.
within if we take both industries at the same time. But we know that they have hard times. They don't necessarily have systems in their place in their business. And some of those people, they're just starting out, as you mentioned, and there are so many different things that they need to know. And a lot of times they don't even, when they go through the course to get a license, they are being taught about, of course, the industry, what they need to know about it, but they don't necessarily, nobody really teaches them about marketing. And that's where we come in our case. So we decided to focus on that industry. And it doesn't mean that, let's say, if somebody else from another industry would come in and they have a service business, we can also help them. We're not going to say necessarily no to them, but when we are doing our marketing, when you're either doing the outreach, let's say on LinkedIn, on social media, by emails, cold emails, or you're running ads, you create content, in that case, it's mostly agents. That's our main focus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would
Absolutely.
say, yeah, focus on figure out who is your ideal audience, the ICP, ideal
Mm-hmm.
client profile, and then go from there.
Well, thanks for that. And I wanted to also give you an opportunity to share about your own podcast. So you want to tell us your name of your podcast and how we can get to that? I'm excited.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. The name of our podcast is the BID Academy Podcast. Well, BID stands for Building Income on Demand. And that's where we interview people in different areas of business because what we believe in is we want to educate people on different aspects of business, whether it's marketing, sales, branding, finance, accounting. Because again, when you start a business, especially when you're on your own, you pretty much need to juggle, you need to wear different hats. That's where we were in the beginning, and we kind of want to build this community where people can come in and get information for each and every part of their business, so they know what they need to do next.
Thank you. So Chop Squad, make sure you plug in to the BID Academy podcast so you can learn more and get a little closer to what Alex is doing in his team. And as we close out, Alex, I know you have a website you want to send us to. so we can get more information about what you're doing and how we can
Yeah,
plug in? Yeah, you want to share
yeah,
that?
absolutely. Yeah, of course. Well, the name of the website is pretty much the same as the company. It's buildingincomeondemand.com. You can go there. We have a lot of free resources. One of the main ones would be the 9-step system that our clients go through when they start working with us. So you can download it for yourself. We have an entire video explaining how to use it, and
Mhm.
you can start implementing it. And the idea is that you do it one step at a time. And then by the end, by step 9, you pretty much have an entire system that will help you bring in those leads and grow the business.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, really appreciate it, Chop Squad. Again, that website, buildingincomeondemand.com, and get on your journey. The year is about to end, another one is beginning. So we're excited about that and to see where we go from there. So thanks again, Alex. And if there's no more, we're going to say goodbye for now, but not for long.
Mhm. One point that I would like to make, because you just mentioned that the year is almost, we're at the end of the year. Um, I would say make sure that you start planning for the new year right now, because when the year comes, you want to make sure that you start putting in the work based on your goals, based on the numbers. And the way we like to do it is we break down the year usually into quarterly, monthly, weekly, as well as daily goals and daily tasks. And that way you'll know that you'll achieve your end year goal. Because based on the data, and you can look it up, I was surprised when I saw this, that about 80, I believe it's 80 or 83% of people, they give up on their goals by February 1st.
But you're right. When you're breaking it all the way down to those bite-sized
Yeah,
chunks, then that's how we eat it. You know
exactly.
the saying about eating an elephant, how do you eat it?
Exactly.
One
Yeah,
bite at a
just
time.
make it doable for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for getting that in there and definitely want to remember that for sure. Thanks, Alex, for that extra advice there.
Of course. Happy to help.
Thank you for listening to The Business Shop. We hope that you were able to glean valuable information from our guests and that you will download and share this podcast. Your rating and review is much appreciated. To go deeper with our guests, please visit their website and social channels. To learn more about us, please visit businessshop.info or altogether.biz, where we will help you expand your brand.